Big old man like Lewis. He said, you was watching one of my videos the other day and there's something's gonna move and it ain't got four wheels with jogs. What was that? Something's gonna move and it ain't got four wheels. I don't know what that's about. Obviously, you know, I say a lot of things and that, so I'm not too sure. You were in the barbers. So hold on a minute. I was in a. Wait, you're trying to say what was I? No, there's no way I was filming myself in the barbers. Man, leaning on my. Yeah. I don't like that. Yeah, I don't like people leaning on my car. I find it disrespectful. I don't find the act of leaning on my car disrespectful, but if I tell you to move off my car, yeah, we got a fucking problem if you don't move. It's as simple as that. Me, I'll find trouble at anything. Even today, I'm driving my car. You know, there's two lanes going in the same direction and that. Now, obviously, certain times, yeah, the right-hand lane is turning right only once you hit the traffic lights and that. So I needed to go straight. So I'm like, shit, I need to cut over into the left lane. Obviously, there's bare traffic. It's starting to get tight and that, coming to the point where traffic can stop. So there's a car on the left-hand side, but just a little bit behind me. Obviously, I'm checking my mirrors and that, and I'm moving over slowly. This jackass don't want to give me way. Listen, I'm one of them man there on the road. I let anyone cut in front of me. I don't give a fuck. So anyway, obviously, I start moving over slowly. I'm indicating, I'm checking my mirrors. There was no way, shape, or form a crash could have happened. The only way that guy could have crashed into me, even though I was, you know, moving over into his lane without him giving me way, was if he was looking at his phone. This guy start beeping his phone. Thinking, yo, what's your problem? Anyway, obviously, I'm in traffic now. And, you know, without incriminating myself, yeah, what you lot are watching me on right now, I had that in my hand, yeah. So obviously the lights have gone green and I haven't moved. Beep! The guys beat me. I'm thinking like, yo, you really don't want me to lift up this handbrake? Like, obviously my rule is never get out of the car first unless you see someone coming to your car, because I feel like, you know, if you don't get out of the car first, at least if you smack up someone that's approached your car, you got a little bit of a defense. Whereas if you get out first, you're seen as the aggressor. So I'm just thinking to myself, like, yo, does this Romanian guy really want to get smacked? I'm thinking, this guy's from Romania. He ain't even worth it. No disrespect. He ain't even worth it. Beeping your horn at, man. And I say, yeah, you need to meet that cycling Mikey guy. Yeah, man, he's a real fucking... let me just finish making my tea. One sec. Let's go. Jada says, long time. Come on. Don't know. Right. Big up Jada. Jay, so someone said, Jay Wise, what's the best times you can do mentoring? So between 6 and 11 p.m., Monday to Friday, pretty much I'm free. Now, certain people, because I've said this before, between 6 and 11 p.m., I'm pretty much free every single day. And I've heard someone say something cheeky. Oh, well, if you're that much of a busy man or you're that much of a successful man, you shouldn't be free between 6 and 11 p.m. Excuse me. It's not that I'm sitting down doing nothing between 6 and 11 p.m. I'm just a flexible person. I'm not a robot that has to just focus on this task and cannot stop and do nothing else. Now, I'm one of them people there, I'm very flexible and versatile. So let's say, for example, I had plans to go to my other house and do some renovation work and that. If I've planned to do that, but then someone wants to do a mentoring session, I'm going to stop doing some work for a few hours and do the mentoring session and get back to it. Like, I know how to multitask. They say that women know how to multitask. I mean, maybe I'm a chick then because I am fucking good at multitasking. Do you know what I do? Whilst I do my reaction videos, well, whilst I do my paperwork, I do my reaction videos. So I do two things at once. I ain't got time to sit down and do a 1 hour reaction video no more. I'm too busy. So what I do is, if you notice, if you look watch some of my reaction videos, obviously you have to be a part of the Patreon or the membership on YouTube. Cheap ass motherfuckers, yeah. You will see my head down constantly. Now I'm still paying attention, obviously not fully 100%, but for the most part, I'm paying attention. I'm doing my work at the same time as doing a reaction video. I ain't got an hour and a half to sit down and watch and do a reaction video. No way. No way. No way. You're asking who I'm looking at. Obviously, I'm on other screens. So I'm on YouTube. I'm on another TikTok account. So obviously, I'm streaming on this one. This is JY's TV 2.0. I'm also streaming on 4.0 and also on YouTube, which is over here. What do you think of people who take plastic surgery for beautification? What do you mean? What, just trying to like enhance themselves and make themselves look perfect? I mean, like you're trying to reach perfection in that, but you're always just going to keep, it's just a revolving door. You're always going to be constantly in and out of that fucking, on the operating table. And at some point, yeah, you're going to have to just accept your flaws. It's just too much mental bandwidth. You're just wasting too much energy trying to be perfect. Perfect for who? Are you that insecure that you need to look perfect? I understand people want to preserve their youth and that, but I'm seeing chicks looking like this nowadays. Press 1 in the chat if you've seen that video of that chick. I don't know. Obviously, she's white. I don't know what her ethnicity is and that. Yo, she looked like something out of Star Trek. Obviously, she underwent surgery and that, so she's in the healing process. But yo, this girl looked like something out of Star Trek. She looked like she had scales, you know, like from fucking like fish scales on the side of her face and that. It's ridiculous, man. Yes, Nadia. Things removing their ribs and that. Yeah, that's nuts. That's nuts. That's nuts. But you know what? It might be a smart idea for you lot who are on 4.0 to comment, because I'm more likely to see it on 4.0 because there's only like 5 people in the live watching as opposed to this one here. There's a lot of people, a lot more people in this one. Jay Wise, pass my course, high key. Thanks for that advice. Come on, man. Listen, listening to Jay Wise, you always do well. Man, give advice on everything and anything. Talking about exams and passing. Listen, everyone has their method of revision. Obviously, the worst method of revision is to fucking revise the night before. It's up to you. You can do what you want. But my advice in terms of revision is every single day, 30 minutes of revision. Every day. Whether it's first thing in the morning or, you know, at 5 p.m. or 6 p.m., 30 minutes of revision every single day for like 3 months. It's a good discipline. You're due to definitely pass an exam if you revise every single day for 30 minutes. Just that energy alone. I don't believe in, you know, energy and the universe and the supernatural. And I don't believe in that. But what I'm saying is just that energy alone, you will pass the exam. There's no way you're going to revise every single day for 30 minutes and not even get a pass. I didn't say a distinction or A plus or was it A star in England. I'm not saying you're going to get the top of the top marks. What I'm saying is you are at least due to get a pass if you revise every single day for 30 minutes. no, I'm not talking. This ain't no advice on no doctor's exam. Don't get it twisted. Yeah. I say you got a merit. Yeah. Big up, man. So a merit is like basically like a B in it. So you get pass, merit, and distinction. So yeah, that's good, man. Filter, I ain't got no filter on. The reason why I look like a filter is because it's a different camera. This camera's clearer. This ain't no filter. Oops. Right, let me check these comments. One sec. Do you know K-Coke? Nope. Can you be an electrician with a civil engineering degree? Nah, you would still need to train as an electrician. What time do you wake up, Jay? About 7, 8 o'clock. Does waking up at 5 a.m. make you more successful? Yeah, so you know what? Yeah, like obviously for motivation and that, I never had like the Andrew Tate. So anyone who's about now, they weren't about back in my day. Man, you had to watch videos like Les Brown and Steve Harvey for motivation. This is, I'm talking like 15 years ago, yeah? And I used to see these videos pop up on YouTube. Successful millionaires all do this. They get up at 4 in the morning, go for a 1 hour run, then come home and have a cold shower and sit and meditate for 15 minutes. Bullshit. But I ain't getting up at 5 in the morning unless I have to. Yeah? It's not about what time you wake up, it's about how much hours you put in. I said, JY's changed the filter before they make allegations. What? What kind of allegation we took? Oh shit. I didn't even see this filter thing, you know. I don't know how to change this thing. Oh, listen. Who fucking knows how to change this filter thing? I didn't even see that. Oh, I think I clocked it now. Oh shit. Right, we're back. We're back. We're not on no funny shit no more. I didn't even know how that happened. Someone said, are you using a Samsung? Yeah, I got a new phone. I got an S25 Ultra. Yo, you're doing too much now, dear man. Do you still visit family? I know you visit your mom and sister. I only listen. No one in my family is seeing me until they phone me. I'm not turning up to no. I ain't got time. Listen, I'm a busy man. I know I said I'm free between 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. But I ain't wasting my time visiting anybody that don't truly 100% want me there. You need to phone me. None of my family members will see me. Only my mom and little sister will see me. So I don't visit nobody. Yeah, you have to phone me. I'm too busy. Why would I spend 2 hours or 3 hours at somebody's house, turn up and chat to them, talk nothing but nonsense when I could sit down and make a video and get paid from it? I say, gonna get released soon, can't wait. You ever been in a stage where you keep taking L's? I mean, obviously, I've tried to, like, you know, start a little business or whatever, and that, like, you know. But you know what? Yeah, the main thing is you just gotta keep trying. You gotta keep trying. You gotta keep pushing. Right. Someone named Tracy Jasmine sent a gift. Big up, big up. You saw your search history in the back. Search history. Have you done stage 1 to the Honda? What's that? You would never say to a cousin, "How's it going?" Listen, if they truly wanted to, if they truly was interested in seeing me or holler at me, they'll holler at me. What? I need to holler at them. Besides, what's your general hobby? Motorbike riding. So this Kayla person said you were right about Tourette's. What? Obviously, I know what I was saying in the Tourette's video, but what exactly? What, when I was saying that you've never seen a black person with Tourette's? Someone said you're a rider. Yeah, man. I've been riding motorbikes from day. Remember when I was 15, man, I had 2 mopeds, one at the front, one at the back. There was. They will look back one day and say you motivated the youth. Yeah, man. Yeah. That's what man's trying to do, man. That's why I'm here. Showing you, hey, you can grow up poor, just like me, and you can make it. No handouts. Just, you understand? Took advantage of loans. Yeah, borrowing money. That's how the rich get richer. They just take advantage of loans. They use other people's money to make money. That's what the bank does. Now, I don't fully know, but like Nadia was explaining one time about the banks buying money and that. Yo, yeah. The bank will borrow your money and lend it to other people and charge them more money, yeah, then you're getting interest. That's how it works. That's why, yeah. What happened in Greece years ago? I don't know, was it like 2013 or something like that? Everyone was withdrawing their money. Yo, the banks or something, they went bust. People were withdrawing the money. The banks, listen, the banks don't have as much as they claim to have, obviously. Yeah? I'm not saying they're making up lies and that. What I'm saying is, if everyone took out their money, they wouldn't have it, because the money that they're worth, they borrowed that to other people, mortgages and general loans and that. That's how it works. I even had an idea like, yo, you know what, like, yo, maybe I should try and start my own bank. Yeah? Like, you know, put a grand in, and you get X amount of interest and that. Yo, once you do that with several hundred people, you have bare money. Who runs the banks? I think, isn't it like the government or whatever? Man, trying to be a loan shark. Nah, not like that. Not like that. Right. Someone was asking about R6 or something like that. Right. One sec. You've been on an R6. I mean, I've got an R6. I'm picking it up on Saturday. It's in the garage at the moment. So someone said, I bet you had a Galera 50cc. Nah. I had my first ever moped was an MBKO Veto, which is basically like a Yamaha Neos 50cc thing. And then I had a Piaggio NRG. You know, like it was registered as a 125, but it had a 180 engine in it. Them kind of ticks there. I used to have a Galera DNA, but never a Galera runner. No. 10K a month self-employed. What's the least tax you've paid? I can't remember. I remember when I was at the infamous Holborn job, yeah, If I was earning like 2,500, I'd get taxed like 20% because I was on CIS. So basically, I think when I was earning 2,500, they would tax you like £500 or something like that. Easier to get mortgage to CIS, yeah, probably, yeah. You got a dream motorbike. Nah, not really, because any bike that I want, I can pretty much buy it. So I ain't got no dream motorbike. But I mean, I might get an R1 or S1000. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. But I better get it soon because there's no point in getting it at the end of summer. You might as well get it during summer. Being on the Ducati, nah. I don't really like the way they sound, you know. And I would never buy a Ducati. They're too streamlined. I like a bike that's a bit more beefy. Obviously, a Hayabusa that's too beefy. You know what I mean? But man said no, Lewis, no way. I was watching that the other video too. What's the name of the video though? Since you man are talking about it. Is it? There's a lot of broke guys that just hang around outside the barber shop. I remember, yeah, there was this one guy. So when you go to your local barber shop, you're gonna see the same guys in there not getting their haircut. Yeah. So my barber shop used to be where the B&M is in Tottenham. So on the border of Edmonton and Tottenham, there's a B&M. And my barber shop used to be there. Now, apparently, they're supposed to be demolishing that whole area and then starting again. I don't know, building flats. It's been like that for 2 years, 3 years, yeah? No, it's been like that since lockdown, yeah? So for 5 years, they vacated the shops and they're doing nothing, yeah? So anyway, there was this one guy and he used to always be at the barber shop. I've never seen him get a haircut in my life. Never. His hair was pretty much always cut. Like, so you know he did get a haircut, but I never see him get a haircut. And I'll be going to that barber shop for years. But he was always in there chatting. He'll bring his child in there and his kid's not getting a haircut. Anyway, during lockdown, you know what it was like. There was no one out on the road really. All the shops then were shut. And if the shops were open, you had to line up outside. So the barber shop was open, but it wasn't open. Yeah, it wasn't open, but it was open. You understand? The front of the shop was shut, but the back door was open. Yeah. And if anyone was walking past, they would just hear that. Yeah. So this is a car park. The car park is empty. Yo, man's left the back of the barber shop and walked around the front. The guy was standing outside the front, sitting there on his own. The shutters of the barbershop were down. He's sitting outside on his own. And it just reminded me, like, I've never seen The Walking Dead, but I've seen them zombie films, Dawn of the Dead, Land of the Dead, all that. He reminded me of a zombie. If you've ever watched Dawn of the Dead, or maybe, I don't know, whatever the one was that saw, was it The Walking Dead or whatever, and that, there's probably scenes where you just see the zombies just standing around doing nothing. They'll be at like a shopping mall, just standing around doing nothing. Like they have this compulsion, like they don't even know why they're there. They're just compelled to be there. They just have this unconscious feeling to just be in a certain place. That was him, just standing in the car park, sitting outside the barber shop like a fucking zombie. Spend so much time there that even when the barbershop is not open, you feel compelled to be there. Don't be that guy. I tell you, he ain't got 6 properties. Yeah, my man ain't got 6 properties. Telling you that now. Too busy sitting outside. I said, Jay, why do you work, bro? Look, this guy, look, you're always online. Always, I do one live stream a week for 2 hours. Guess what? Making more money than you online, trust me. So what I do with these videos is obviously I record myself on YouTube and I cut them up and I put them on TikTok and YouTube and I get paid from them. Obviously, not big money, obviously. It's better than nothing. Spreading the word and getting paid. Can't lose. Right, let me see this comment. You got 5K to invest your 18. What you doing? I mean, what can you really do with 5 grand? I mean, you could start a little vending machine business if you want, but what are you really gonna do with 5 grand, really and truly? If you're 18 and you've got a spare 5 grand and you don't have no skill, yo, you need to get yourself some sort of trade. Yeah? Do a plumbing course with that 5 grand. And trust me, you invest 5 grand into a plumbing or electrical course, you will make that back in 1 month. You know, maybe with 10 grand, I mean, you know what, with 5 grand, if you're working and you're earning enough, you could get a mortgage. That £5,000, obviously, you're not going to put down no 5 grand deposit on a property in London. Don't get it twisted. But you can put down 5 grand on a property, maybe a bit norther than Northampton. But yeah, you can invest it in a property, man. It's cool with me. Yeah, man. Like I always say, you got to grind, man. So one second. You got to grind, man, because you don't want to end up like certain people that I meet. Certain people that I meet every single day, boy. I was in a man's yard the other day. He's talking to DWP, Department of Work and Pensions. And he had the person from DWP on the phone, on loudspeaker. And the guy that was on loudspeaker asked him, so how much have you got in savings? How much money you got in savings? He said 63. Not 63,000, not 6,300, not even 63 pound, 63p. Damn. Imagine that. Imagine only having 63 pence in your bank account. I told a chick that today. So working at someone's flat. I told her that today. She said, I'm about the same. I was like, there's no way you ain't got no savings. She said, I ain't got no savings. I was like, there's no way you got no savings. She said, I have no savings. I said, well, you ain't even got £50. He said, no. I ain't even got £50. She said, all my money goes on bills. Fucking craziness. Fucking craziness. And then you don't want me to take it easy? You lot are crazy. So you lot think, yeah, because I earn X amount of money, because I've got X amount of properties, I should slow down and stop and take it easy. No. You keep on working, you keep on grinding. I'm working harder than most of you people, and I'm further ahead. I'm worried that I'm not working hard enough. I remember, yeah, not last weekend, the weekend before that, I had a guy come over and he was just sorting out one of the drains, yeah, like you know the stack pipe, yeah, the main waste pipe that runs through the house. My plan was for him to come here and for me to go to my other house and put some furniture together and that and be productive. Yo, me and this guy, yeah, Saturday and Sunday, we spent the whole day just standing around talking. I was vexed. Vexed. I didn't get nothing done. I was thinking, yeah, he's going to be doing the plumbing things. I'm going to be cutting up my videos and that. And, you know, every now and then I'll stop and help him because sometimes, you know, you need two men to help out. And that. I done nothing, basically. Jack shit. I'm further ahead than 99.9% people watching this, and I'm vexed that I had a weekend while I was unproductive. I'm a workaholic. This is why I'm in the position that I'm in, because I work. Would you give to charity? No, I don't give to charities. You know, yeah, like obviously, man grew up with a lot of African friends. And I remember when I was 17, these times it's like 2010. You know, man's real old, yeah. I remember standing out on my estate, and my African brethren told me, because you know, you don't think about these things. My African friends told me, do you know if £1 million got sent to XYZ country in Africa, only a few hundred would actually go to the people it's supposed to go to, i.e., the desperate, the people that are in need. The rest of it goes in the back pocket of the government. I'm like, yo, that is mad. Because think about it. It has to be true. Because I sat there and I thought to myself, this must be true, you know. Think about it this way. All the years, all the celebrities, all the rich people, all the athletes donating millions to Africa, all the charities, there should be no poverty in Africa. We shouldn't still have to donate £1 and that can feed 10 families for 6 weeks. There should be no famine, there should be no starvation, there shouldn't be no need for water aid to install new wells or plumbing systems or whatever and that. Where's the money going? In the back pocket of the government. Think about it. Even I'm just guessing, yeah. Someone as great as Michael Jackson would have donated bare money to Africa. Why are there still poor children in Africa starving with flies on their face? Think about it. It means the money hasn't gone to the right place. So where's it gone? Because it hasn't been lost. You know, Western Union hasn't shaken the money. It's gone in the back pocket of the government. So I ain't donating to no charity. There's no point. See, look, Michael Jackson, he said Michael Jackson, he donated 500 million. I believe it. I believe it. That's why I pulled out his name. Because Michael Jackson just struck me as the sort of person that would donate some crazy amount of money. I don't know, maybe it's because I'm just picturing a video. I don't know. Did he have a video title with the word world in it or something like that? I don't know, the world come together, something like that. I just remember there was a video with him and there's like hundreds of thousands of people crowding around him and he's not on the stage. I don't know. I just vividly remember something. He's the type of person that would have struck me as someone that would have donated millions on hundreds of millions to charity and that. Why is there still, if they will produce adverts to say, yeah, £10 can feed a family of 50 for 6 weeks and that, why the hell, yeah, is there still people who are starving in Africa and a man's donated 500 mil? And this is one man, you know. What about all the celebrities in the last 100 years? So you don't know the money's not going to the right place. Big up K1. Oh, he said, yeah, heal the world. Yeah, I just remember there was obviously, I ain't no Michael Jackson fan, I ain't twisted, but yeah. Michael Jackson, whoever, whatever celebrities, famous people, singers, actors, and that, they would have sent enough money. But you know what? Yeah, I would rather donate to those people than the people in this country. So obviously, I even just released a video within the last hour, and I'm saying that like the rich should get richer and the poor should get poorer, because the analogy I gave was, if a man is in the gym every day, working out and eating right, he should stay healthy and he should get, you know, in better physical shape. Yeah. If someone does the opposite and they don't eat healthy, they don't exercise, and they do all the wrong things, you should expect over time their health to deteriorate in that. They should move closer towards their cardinal direction. Yeah. This person is moving closer towards, you know, better health, and this person is moving closer to worse health. Should move closer to their cardinal direction. So what's the difference between the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer? The rich are doing the things they're supposed to do, and the poor, they're not doing the things they're supposed to do. So yeah, I don't believe in, and then what they want to do is they want to take from the rich and the wealthy and give to the people that don't want to put in the effort. It just doesn't make no sense. Makes no sense. They want to take from the hard workers, the smart people, the people that make sacrifice. They want to take from them and give it to the slackers. Get out of here. The people that don't want to put in no work, they just want to get their little ends, yeah, diagnosed with all of this, yeah. Fucking ridiculous. I've noticed people who struggle a lot in life complain about if they don't do anything to change. Complain about it. They don't do. Oh, okay, yeah. They don't do nothing to change. They don't do nothing. That's why they're in the position that they're in. They expect someone to fix their situation. They don't want to take responsibility. Everyone wants to be told what to do so they don't have to fucking do it. So it's basically like feigning ignorance. You know what you're supposed to be doing. You know, if your finances ain't right, your finances are not on point. Why are you in the club spending money on bottles? Why are you out? You're broke. The only place you should be is inside working. You shouldn't be out on a Friday night, Saturday night if you're broke. You should be grinding. And this is why they're in that position. They want to socialize with friends to take their mind off things. Yo, why don't you work and take your mind off things? Jay Wise, my co-worker got slapped by a customer and got a disciplinary for slapping the customer back. Yeah, it's bullshit. It's bullshit. See, this is the world we live in. Someone does something, you can't do back to them. Fucking bullshit. Even that guy, the McDonald's man, that said to the youth in the shop, come outside. I don't know what the guy said, but he's like, no, let's go outside. Probably lost his job. When you're at work, people will try a thing on you. Do you know why? Because you're in a weaker position. I even went to Subway one time. And obviously, I'm a regular in Subway. Like they know my face. They know what, when I go in Subway, they know what I want. Foot long meatballs, yeah, extra cheese toasted, lettuce, tomatoes, and one thin line of barbecue sauce, yeah. And oh yeah, get the free cookies and put them in the microwave for 25 seconds, yeah. So they know me in there. So there's one guy, he's like the manager in there. It was a quiet day. It was only me in the shop. So as he's preparing my sandwich, and obviously they have to put it in the oven thing to melt the cheese. So he's just standing there waiting. So I said to him like, you know, do you have like a lot of customers that are rude and that want to try a thing? And he was like, yeah. All the time, people were just being rude and that. And I said, you know what that is? Yeah. I said, you know why that is? And he said, yeah. But I said to him, because you're at work, you're technically in a weaker position. They will run their mouth to you because they know you're not going to throw the first punch. I mean, obviously, there are certain men, they will throw the first punch. But 99.9% of the time, you're not going to throw the first punch. I remember one time, not too long ago, I was in Halfords. I was asking one of the guys that was serving me. I said to him, like, have you ever like seen any fights in here? Have you had, you know, any situations? Like, yeah, I've had to break up a few. And I was like, like, was it customer versus customer? And he was like, nah, it was customer versus one of my colleagues. The customers are trying a thing in Halfords. What, you're gonna box a man in his face because he sold you the wrong oil? Like, what the fuck? They're trying a thing because they know they can get away with it. But they're pussies. You know why? So let me give you an example. Yeah, what this is called selective badness. Yeah, perfect example. There was a video that was on TikTok or Instagram that I saw. It's like a couple of years ago. In Islington, they have their own council workers, like Haringey. I don't think Enfield have their own council workers, you know. But yeah, Haringey, Hackney, and that. This tenant must ran upon an Islington council worker and moved to him with a hammer. Yeah, you saw the video. My man's in the cockpit, yeah, with the hammer. Yeah, and I think to myself, this is selective badness. He's only trying it on the worker because the guy is a worker. If this guy is such a madman, if this guy is so on job, why would he not be in prison already? Now you might ask, well, why would he be in prison already? If he's such a madman, because think about it, what could a tradesman really do to you for you to run after him, bust his driver door open, and get on him with a hammer? If he's so mad, if he's so on job, come on, one of his neighbors must have pissed him off in the last 3-4 years. Why don't he run up on them? Yeah, on that kind of smoke. So it's selective badness. Like people who are bus drivers, yo, you lot got too much tolerance. You lot got too much tolerance. I know a man's a bus driver. Tell me a woman is trying a thing on him. They will try it. People will spit at you. They will try a thing on you. You lot got too much patience to be dealing with the general public and that. It's bad enough me working in people's houses with their entitled self. But the general public, no way, man. Remember, you're interacting with people who you don't know their name. There's no fear of them getting reported. Like obviously they might be on camera now, but people will take their chances. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. People will try a thing on you when you're in a workplace because they know you're in a weaker position. Let's just explain something right now as well. Yeah. If someone is trying a thing on you, it's because they think you're in a weaker position or they think you're weaker than them. That's it, really. So weaker than them means, you know, physically weaker than them. They think if this situation goes bad, I can take you. Yeah. Or they think you're in a weaker position. You're in uniform. You're at work. Or it could be, obviously, some people just don't give a shit. They will take on people bigger than them. Yeah. It could be that. Or it could be people who are just so entitled. They're thinking, you ain't going to hit me. You ain't going to do nothing. So it's one of those four things. Either they just don't give a shit and they will test anyone. They will test 4 man on their jacks. They will test man that are way bigger than them. Yeah, that's one. Secondly, they think they can take you. If this altercation goes bad, they can take you. Yeah. Thirdly, you're in a weaker position. You could even be in a police officer in a uniform. You're sliding in a weaker position up to a certain point, or they just think they're entitled. They're just entitled. Oh, you know, I've got certain conditions and that, so you can't hit me first. It's one of those 4 things. Oh yeah. So basically, someone on TikTok said, "LOL." Someone came to his yard and took off shoes and asked Jay Wise if he's Muslim. So basically, at my old house, like where I was doing all the videos from back in the day and that, I had some gas engineer come over and he was downstairs. So I put stuff on the floor because he needed to be in and out, in and out, in and out. He ain't got time to be taking off his shoes and that. So I just put like some plastic and stuff like that on the floor. So anyway, for some reason he wanted to go upstairs into my bathroom to test out the water. I don't know, I can't remember what for. So he said, I'm gonna need to go upstairs. I'm like, right, you need to put on shoe covers. But his feet were so big, the shoe covers wouldn't have fitted on his feet, I don't think. So I said, all right, yeah, don't put on the shoe covers and that. So he was about to take a step on the stairs. I was like, wait, take your shoes off. He said, are you Muslim? What? Oh, so is that what it is now? Yeah. So, if you take off shoes in your house, that means you must subscribe to some certain religion. He weren't even English. He was actually mixed race. But yeah, they're definitely British mentality. Think that because I told you to take off your shoes and that, it means that I must be Muslim. Yeah, I remember he was about to take one step on the stairs. Like, wait. Take your shoes off. He looked and turned to me and said, are you Muslim? Trust me, I go to these people's yards and that. Like, they just ain't got no respect for their house or their bed. Yo, there's been people, their bed is in the middle of the room and it cannot be moved. And I need to change the light fitting, the pendant. I will say to them, listen, and I can't even get a ladder in this room because some rooms are small and they've just got a bed in there pretty much. Yeah? That bed's not moving, but I need some extra height. So I say to them, listen, I'm going to need to climb on the bed, but I can put on shoe covers. If you put down an old towel or something, I'll step on the bed. They're like, no, don't worry about it. Just step on it. I was like, I'll put on shoe covers. Like, no, don't worry about putting the shoe covers on. Just step on the bed with my shoes. You don't know where I've been walking. They're like, don't worry, it's laundry day in a few days' time, or even tomorrow. I don't give a damn if it was an abomination of earth. No one's stepping on my bed with their fucking shoes on. It could be D-Day tomorrow. Yeah, you're not stepping on my bed with Ras Clark shoes on. You're not even coming in my house with shoes on. I don't even let tradespeople swear in my house. Nah, you're not swearing in my yard. I have standards. This is the thing, yeah? When you have standards, there is a filter. Therefore, when you have high standards, you will have less and less and less people around you because you won't tolerate nonsense. Doing security is headaches. I mean, it depends. If you do security in an empty building at nighttime, then you're all right. But Bun being a security guard in B&M or Poundland or any of them shops, forget that. Or Sainsbury's or Tesco local. These videos I've been seeing with these men running up in there with the duffel bag or the JD Sports bag. I see a video the other day, yeah. There was even a dread man with like combats on, yeah, tradesman clothes, filling up a bag, yeah, with bottles of alcohol and that. Do I need a gold card to be self-employed electrician? No. You just need a gold card if you want to work on certain construction sites and that. Maybe certain companies need you to have a gold card, but if you're a qualified electrician, you don't need no gold card to be self-employed. Like I self-employed, like doing your own jobs for yourself. But if you go and work as a subcontractor, more than likely. So you know what? Just get your gold card. Once you've got all the qualifications, it's like £60, man. It's nothing. Right. So this person called Alicia said, "What's your opinion on rent to rent?" I mean, like I've been saying for years, obviously this person might be new to my channel. I'm saying get your own things. But for now, you know, if you want to try the rent to rent thing, try a thing. Do it. Obviously, I'm assuming you're trying to do like rent to rent, i.e., rent a property and then do the Airbnb. Yeah, there is money in that. Because even a guy, like, I don't know if he was in the stream earlier, I was saying that some plumber guy came and he's renting a flat off of a landlord for 1,100 and he can make like between 2,500 and 3,000 a month. So yeah, you can make money. You can make money, but you know, aim to buy your own properties because you never know. One day, yeah, the landlord just gonna want to take the property off you. Then you have to go and find the next property, and it's not a constant revolving door. Yo, it's always best to have your own thing. So yeah, just try a thing. Try a thing. Try a thing. Why not? But yeah, obviously, yeah, it's. I mean, do you know what? Yeah, you're saying yeah, it needs to be in the right area, but at the same time, yeah, like you don't know what will attract people to certain areas, especially like let's say like somewhere like Northampton. Forget about any amenities or things that are going on. There might be certain works that are going on, yeah, and they need people like there might be works at the sewage plant, some mad ongoing project for the next 2 years. You could be renting out the property doing Airbnb to some tradespeople. People go to different areas for different things. Even if it's like a dead slow town, yo, there might be some mad road work, some project, like the M1 going on for the last 5 years. Yeah. You don't know. There could be some guys, their company will pay for the Airbnb. So you just don't know, innit? Like obviously go for areas that there's things going on. Let's say like, I don't know, like Bedford or whatever, and they got the Universal Studios, whatever. Yeah, do that. But in areas that you might not even think there's things going on, still do it. Obviously, if you know there's some village where there's only like 2 houses and that, yeah, don't do that. But even in areas where you don't think there's things going on, there can be work going on. You don't know like some stuff going on at the hospital and that where they need a bunch of doctors staying there for 2 years and that, whatever. Even like let's say like apparently this Northampton hospital, they've changed something. Like the tenants have told me, like, certain people they have to go to Leicester Hospital. So now, if people have to go to Leicester Hospital, there's probably going to be a more demand for doctors to be at the Leicester Hospital. So doctors will probably have to come from other areas and that to work at the Leicester Hospital. So now, if you have an Airbnb near the Leicester Hospital, forget about the uni of Leicester and that. Doctors and nurses and that will need to stay there to do their work and that. So there's a lot of things that are going on that you're not going to be aware of and that why people want to stay in certain areas. And I said I'm on obo. I mean, I ain't sweating. I got a 3 bed in Manchester. Is it better giving on room rent or the whole house? I mean, yo, if I was you, I would just rent out rooms. If we want to buy a house, how do we raise finance, get investors to scale faster though? So Nadia is my girlfriend and she's a mortgage broker, yeah? And there are 2 lenders that will allow you to borrow money to use as a deposit. So one is Santander Mortgages and the other one is Saffron Mortgages. So now there's a little hack, yeah? instead of waiting 2 years to save up to buy a property, guess what? You just take out a loan. Let's say you go to Halifax and get a personal loan. You can use that personal loan and get a mortgage from Santander. Or, because obviously the reason why you're getting the loan is to put down on a deposit. But do you know what? You can just find a lender that does 0% mortgages. So 100% mortgages, so no deposit. Nadia, what lender allows you to use is 100% mortgage again? What's the name of the lender? Because basically, like it's almost like the same thing. Yeah, 100% mortgage is pretty much the same, yeah, principle wise, as taking out a loan from a bank to go and fund the deposit. So yeah, she's saying April mortgages. Oh, intermediary only. So what do you need a mortgage broker to go with them, yeah? All right, let's see. So Jada said, my consent. What should I do? What do you mean your consent? Last week, a subcontractor forced a replacement key into my house to scale the door without my consent. What? Last week, a subcontractor forced a replacement key into my house. I mean, who's the contractor? Who's the subcontractor then? What's a better career and earns more P out of plumbers and electricians? I think plumbers earn more than electricians. There's definitely more call outs for plumbers. Think about this logically. Think about all the years that you've been on planet Earth, and think about all the houses and flats and that you've lived in. You've probably had more issues with plumbing, like little leaks, toilets breaking down, whatever and that, as opposed to electrical problems, things tripping and that. So there's more call outs for plumbers. So yeah, last week, subcontractor forced a replacement key into my house. The contractor is the man who fixed every problem and got access to the key, but he forced replacement key. My door. I mean, yeah, whoever, just make a complaint to whoever the guy's boss is or whatever in that. Because obviously, if things go missing, hey. Look at this person. Yo, Jay, how do you deal with your mental health? Bro, you lot are trying to get me banned on this live today, fam. As a man, yeah, you gotta have your thing under control. Yeah. I don't want to hear about no mental health or nothing. Yeah. Sorry, one sec. This thing was the timeout. Listen, don't talk to me about no mental health. Yeah. You're a grown ass man. You've got work to do. You think a lion wakes up in the morning and worries about how he's feeling or what happened last night? You think when a bear gets up in the morning, he thinks, yeah, man, I'll see how today goes. Like, you know, yesterday was a bad day. Bro, the man just get up and get to work. Don't tell me about how you're feeling. Yo, what the hell is going on with this thing, man? Done. I said, Tate told me depression doesn't exist. Yeah, it's all in your head. If we want to get experience, learn from developers, how can we do this? I mean, you could just go on YouTube, man. Go on YouTube, binge watch videos. And you know what? Yeah, when you're getting quotes, obviously, if you're talking about like renovating properties and that, when you're getting quotes for renovating properties or doing any work, always ask at least 3 people for a quotation. Someone asks, Jay, have you ever smacked up a gypsy? I mean, you must have seen that video. That's why you're asking, because that's a very random question to ask. I've got the City and Guilds level 2. My Mars charges me $8.50 rent at 23. Is that calm or am I getting bumped? You know you're getting bumped. You know your mum is extorting you. $8.50, you know. See, like a man saying you're getting bumped beyond recognition. So I'm saying this is the thing, yeah. When these working class parents don't put in the work, when the kid grows up and you start earning money, now you owe me all those years you made me. They'll blame you, you know. All those years you made me struggle. Hold on a minute. It was your mum that parted, yeah? She picked a waste man. You see, if your mum just had a good mate selection, she wouldn't be in this position. She wouldn't be in this position. And trust me, don't think you, oh yeah, you know, there weren't no decent, no, there were decent guys about. She just, nah, bit too boring. And I said, yeah, bro, it's dark. If it's a council yard and getting charged mad rent, yeah, you've got parents that live in council houses charging their son. I know a mum that was charging her son £500 all in, as she said. And you have to think about it this way: this woman is living in a flat. The rent for the flat is like £500. So why are you even charging your son 500? I don't get it. They see you as a way to make money. These parents are like little hustlers, yeah? They're little schemers. Any way they can make money. If they have a driveway with no car, they will rent out their driveway. This is what you do, yeah? Like when you're broke, yeah, you find any little way to make money. They will flipping install an electric car charger and charge people to charge their car on their driveway if they could. $8.50, just a bit mad. I mean, to be fair, that person's probably messing about anyway because they see my other videos because they know I'm going to respond and react to it. But there is someone out here getting charged £800. How did you manage to get rich? Was it through electrics? I mean, I ain't rich. I just got a good income and I got a good property portfolio, but I ain't rich. I'm just super comfortable. But obviously in the future, I will be rich, but just not right now. Jay, what's better for me? Airbnb, my 3-bed out, or rent rooms? Airbnb. You'll make way more money with Airbnb. It's a little bit more hassle. It's definitely a much more of a revolving door, but you can always get rid of them. There's nothing worse than having a tenant that don't want to leave and you have to get rid of them. Coming like, was it Chucky the doll where the guy tried to get rid of the doll and it just kept on appearing out of nowhere? Throw it off a cliff and you go back to the house and it's there. I think they done that like little remake with Annabelle or something like that. This is why certain man, when they, break up with their girl and they start acting mad and loopy, the girl don't want to get back with them. Because if she does get back with you, she has to go through all that drama again. You want to make, let's say you're in a position where you're in a breakup with your girl and you want to make the situation as easy for her as possible. You see, when me and Nadia have our breakups and that, it's not a stressful thing where it's like, yo, I have to kick this guy out, or this guy just constantly ringing me down, or he's phoning my mom, or he's turning up to my workplace, or he's contacting my colleagues that he's never even met, but he's just heard me mention them. Yo, can you talk to Nadia? I ain't heard from her in 3 hours. None of that. Radio silence. So at least then she knows, yeah, like if we get back together and there's another breakup, she don't have to go through no drama. There's no drama. There's literally no drama. Whereas other people, they want to stand outside the girl's house for hours, calling their name, doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I had one tenant, like obviously I had to take the house off of him and that. He was like, oh, okay, cool. All right, I'll be going in whenever, yeah? Cool, no problem. His name's Mihai. I will gladly rent out another room to Mihai, no problem. That fucking girl that I had, never would I rent out a room to her again. Because she just caused a drama. Yeah? She just made it into a big, massive, fat issue getting her out of the house. So I don't give a damn even if I came across her again and she wanted to pay double rent. I'm not renting out a room to her. Because I know when it's time to get her ass out, it's going to be a drama. I ain't got time. You think I've got time to be going back and forth with someone? Almost getting into beef with someone? Because obviously I had a little problem with one guy afterwards as well. For someone who pays pretty much £15 a night. Putting me in a position where I feel like I'm going to have to put hands on some guy. I told the tenant, listen, yeah, you ain't getting back that £50. Yeah, if you want, yeah, we can have a fight. I'm not giving you back that £50. Imagine, yeah, having to get into a mad dramas with someone, yeah, over £50. Someone who's paying about £17 a night. Imagine that, beefing someone who is paying only £17 a night. Forget that. Forget that, man. So, imagine you have a friend. When they come to your house, if they start drinking, there's going to be a big fight and you're going to have to literally call the police to get them out of the house because you're not a violent person yourself. You're going to want to bring that person to your house because, anytime they come, they're just going to bring some drama in that. Long. There's probably been people who have been dismissed from work and the managers and the bosses are like, fucking hell, glad we got rid of that guy. Because he just caused such a drama and such a scene, just dismissing him. We had to call the police to get him off, get him out of the office. Imagine, I was even thinking about this the other day, yeah? There is some madman who's been fired from work, was not happy about it, so they got dismissed on a Wednesday afternoon. They told him, that's it, it's over. We might be able to give you a reference, but that's it. It's over. Take care. All the best. Yeah. And the guy has turned up to work the next day. I want to work. I want to work. Give me my job back. Imagine that. You never want to be somewhere where you're not wanted. See, people that are somewhere where they're not wanted, you've got like a sort of problem with understanding like social constructs or something like that. I'm thinking of a better word, but you have no social awareness. You're somewhere where you're not wanted. That's why someone asked me earlier, oh, will you go and see family members? No, they have to phone me. If they don't phone me, then they don't want me there. Simple. Don't care. Don't care. I'm not going nowhere where I'm not wanted. Not when I could be making money in that time. Well, why would I go somewhere where I might not be wanted when I could be making money in that time? Doesn't make no sense. Most man in the hood, when they touch 100 bags, couple bust down and change, and change is needed. Yeah. So this person's basically saying, when the man them in the ends, when they come into some big amount of money, the first thing they do is go and blow it on luxury items. They have to show the world that they got money. Me, I'm the exact opposite. You would never know. Even today, when I was at a tenant's house, I can't remember what we was talking about. I can't, like, looks can be deceiving, something like that. I'm in the girl's flat, and I said to her, imagine, like, you would never know this, but I've got 6 properties. She was like, no way. Do you know what she called me? A lucky fucker. Ain't luck. This ain't luck. This is years of dedication. This is years of discipline. This is years of not going to the club and blowing £200-300 every weekend, not going on 6 holidays a year, which I could have done. I could have gone on 6 holidays a year if I really wanted to. If I really wanted to go on some budget holidays, and I could have went on 6 holidays a year. This is the not driving the Mercedes, not Balenciaga wearing, not Balmain jean wearing, nothing. This ain't lucky. You see, the broke people think it's luck because they only see the shine. They don't see the grind. They didn't see what man was doing years up to that. They didn't see that, oh, man was driving a shitty Honda Civic when I could have been driving a Mercedes and that. They don't see that part. They just see, oh, got 6 properties, probably know somebody, probably got some money from his mom or his dad. What money? Got no money from nobody. When I was 14, 15 years old, walking around with 60p in my pocket, not knowing where the next money is going to come from. Thinking, right, I got 60p. This is 6 ice poles. Mr. Freeze. This just, certain people talk about, oh yeah, the good old days, the good old days. Are you mad? You think I want to go back in time? See, that just lets me know, yeah. Now, obviously, there's certain things you can reminisce about your childhood and that, like playing runouts and just messing about on the estate. I get it. Yo, other than that, I don't want to go back to the good old days. Do you know why? Because every day, every month that goes by, my life gets better and more comfortable. Why would I want to go back to being broke? See, that just lets me know, yeah, what's happening in your life and what you see, where you see your life going. If you think Jeff Bezos or Elon Musk wants to go back 30 years, no way. Why would you want to go back 30 years? Why would you want to go back and be broker than you are now? No way. No rich millionaire, billionaire wants to go back 25 years. No way. Big up man like Quincy. So this Rene person said, J-Wise, I'm conflicted. I don't know which one to choose between investment banking degree apprenticeship or financial trader trainee. Which one you reckon? Obviously, make sure you do a lot of research on that. But I say definitely the investment banker. Definitely the investment banker, I'd probably say. Yeah, I'll go for investment banker. An investment bankers can earn serious money, you know. Like they can be on 150 grand a year salary, but get 150 grand in bonuses. So yeah, make sure you research them heavily, watch videos on YouTube. But yeah, maybe investment banking. Let me know how you get on. How did you become a qualified electrician step by step? So obviously I went to college, started off at level 2, done my level 3, then done the inspection and testing. Obviously, you know, I was fortunate enough to get an apprenticeship. But there's a video on JY's TV 3.0. It's a pinned video. So go on to my TikTok account, JY's TV 3.0, and there's a pinned video. There's only 3 pinned videos. One is Nadia, and then there's 2 others. So it's one of the 2. Go and watch that video. Step-by-step guide on how to find an apprenticeship. So go to JY's TV 3.0 on TikTok. There's a pinned video, and it's like a 20-minute video of me talking about how to find an apprenticeship step by step. The full breakdown. I say, bro, you active in the stock market? Nah, I'm not. Don't ask me about no ISAs or cash ISAs. Don't ask me about that stuff. Don't ask me about licenses as well. Is the license the one where you put 4 grand in and you get a grand out? You put 4 grand in a year and then you get £1,000 at the end of the year. Yo, let me tell you something right now. Yeah? If you are willing to put £4,000 in an account and not be able to touch that money just so you can get a grand, you're not earning enough. Yeah, your money blueprint is too long. Do you think I'm giving anyone £4,000 and not being able to touch that money just so I can get £1,000? Get out of here, man. Why am I going to give you £4,000 of my money to just get £100 interest every month? Basically, there's 12 months, call it 10 months in a year. 1,000 divided by 10 is 100, yeah? 1,000 divided by 12 is about 85, yeah? You think I'm going to give someone £4,000 of my money and not be able to access it for 1 year or whatever, just so I can get £85 a month? You got a scarcity mindset with money. That's the problem. You can't save your way to £1 million. Don't think for 1 minute, yeah, you can save your way to being a millionaire. It's not possible. We don't live for 1,000 years. Stop trying to hoard money, yeah? Like a little squirrel, yeah? You want to find ways to make more money. Don't find ways to save money. That's a scarcity mindset. Obviously, at some point, you need to save money so that you can invest it, but don't be constantly finding new ways to save money just because. Yeah, there's people out here just saving money. They ain't got no investment in mind. That's a scarcity mindset. Find ways to make more money. You can't live a lifestyle of any sort off of savings, but you can live a lifestyle off of income coming in. Income is way more important than savings. And I'll prove it with a mortgage right now. You could have a property that's worth 300 grand, yeah? And you could put down 200 grand as a deposit. And all you need to do is, you know, be able to afford a mortgage of 100 grand. If you don't have the income to afford the mortgage of 100 grand, you ain't getting that property. As opposed to if you was earning £15,000 a month, a lender will say, okay, cool, no deposit, just pay the mortgage every month. Income is the be all end all. Forget savings. Income. Yeah, man. Drop your all of this trying to find new ways to save money. That is a scarcity mindset, man. Like I said, at some point you're gonna have to save and be frugal in that, but you don't just want to be a saver. I will get to this question about the nice cars though in a sec, but This is why, yeah, and someone actually brought up this point. You got pensioners moaning about our cost of living, can't put my gas on and that. These are the same people who have got 50 grand, 20 grand or whatever in their mattress or in their bank account. The problem is they don't have enough income and they don't want to dip into their savings. You see, if they had an income of 15 grand a month, they wouldn't give a damn about putting on the heating. But yeah, okay, they got 60 grand in their bank account, but their income every month is only 1,200. That's why they can't afford to put on their heating. Savings is all well and good. If your income don't match, yeah, or your income ain't there, savings, what's that really doing for you? Because you're never gonna want to spend it because you're scared. That's the thing. When you've got a low income but you've got high savings in that, once you spend that savings, how are you going to accumulate that high savings again with your low income? Right. So this person said, do you think cars are biggest waste of money for someone in their 20s? Of course. You know my answer on that. Yeah, if you've watched more than 10 videos, obviously I don't talk about that stuff in every video on that. But yeah, it's a waste of money. You're driving around, yeah, paying £400 for a Mercedes at 21, 23 years old, thinking that it's going to get you more girls. And it's not. Yeah, you might get an extra 10 seconds of opportunity to talk to a girl. But if you ain't that guy, you're going to get that girl. I want to know right now, yeah, these guys that are driving around in the top Mercedes, wearing the Gucci jackets, the Gucci hologram jacket, yeah, LV sliders and that Balmain jeans, yeah, wearing expensive clothes and that. Tell me what caliber of girls you get and how many. Because okay, you get a 10. 110 a year, congratulations. But it ain't even that. It ain't even that. There's man driving around in top class Mercedes, top class clothes, bust down, kettle, iron, pots and pans, big chain and that, still dealing with sevens. What's the point? You're investing all that money into your image. You're walking around looking like a 10, but you're dealing with sevens. Doesn't make no sense. Then you get a guy like me, dressed plain as fuck, but you got man in the comment section, yo, who's that? Who is the Nadia girl? Is she your girl, fam? Yeah. You don't need fucking money, bro. You don't need drip to get girl. Obviously, you gotta look somewhat decent, you know what I mean? My advice to man, don't bother waste money. See, this is the thing, yeah? You got guys wearing Balmain, Balenciaga, all of this, but you're out of shape. Yeah? Yeah, you're not even in good shape. Why not go and hit the gym, get your body on point, and then wear fitted clothes? That's the ultimate swag. Fitted clothes. This man wearing Balmain jeans with the belly tucked in the fucking jeans, blood. Yeah, they need that Gucci belt to hold up their waist, blood. Oh, this is a good one, you know. Yo, Jay Wise, what's a belief you've changed your mind about in the past few years and what made you change it? That is a fucking good question. What's a belief I've changed my mind about? That is hard, you know. Because you know how you think at the present time is kind of how you think you believed a long time ago, unless you went from a mindset of believing like, oh, you know, I believe in black oppression and now I don't believe in black oppression. For me, my beliefs ain't really changed, they've just kind of evolved. That makes sense. Yeah. You know, you got Homo erectus and Homo sapiens, are very similar. You can't really distinguish the two. Yeah, that's hard. What do I believe in now that I didn't believe in before? Yeah, I'm not too sure, you know. I need to come back to that one. You used to say about the guy having a mad skincare routine. Yeah, but I don't talk about skincare routine now. I'm 19 and I have £20,000 to save. What's your advice? Buy a property and then rent it out on Airbnb. So you've got 20 grand in cash savings. Buy a property, rent it out on Airbnb. That's what I want to do in Birmingham. Yeah, do that in Birmingham then. I said, might put the band on Airbnb. Boy. Man said, Jay Wise, I'm big and I'm getting bullied. What's your advice? You know what to do. you know what to do. A lot of people ask questions to things they already know the solution to. They're just pretending they don't know what to do so they don't have to do it. Told you that already. Andrew Tate was saying it in one of his videos, like he had this coach who was just ruthless. And it reminded me of a Taekwondo coach. Big up Sergeant Mark. I used to train at his club. It was kind of like my second home. Yeah. I felt really welcome when I was there. So obviously I went to a Taekwondo club that was in Tottenham and Marylebone, but his club like based in like White City, West London. And Sergeant Mark, literally, it was like military camp. Yeah. Training was hard. Yo, I used to make sure I was in tip-top shape training at my club before I went to his club. Yeah, like that. Never would I, you know, like certain times here, you would take 4 months off training and then hit back training. Never. Now I have done that. Not trained for 4 months and gone to his club and that. Yo, murder. Yeah. But Sergeant Mark, like, yo, he would just destroy you in training. Yeah. So basically, bouncing off of what Andrew Tate said, you know, having like a hardcore coach and that, we'll be training with Sergeant Mark, and he would just say like, run on the spot for 5 minutes or some madness like that, or do 50 burpees and that. Yeah. So you'll be tired, you'll be wanting to collapse. Yeah, you'll be running on the spot for 5 minutes, and you say, right, get down and do 20 push-ups. And some jackass will say, how many? Or what did you say? To buy that 2 seconds of grace. Yeah. So Sergeant Mark, yeah, when you're running up and down, you're dying, you just want to collapse already. You say, everyone get down and do 20 push-ups. Some jackass will say, how many? 30 push-ups. Yeah, it'll give you that much extra for asking stupid questions and that. Because it's being lazy. Yeah, you're being lazy, you're trying it. Yeah, you should have just got down and done the 20 push-ups. But yeah, that's what we need. We need people like that, yeah, to punish our laziness. It's called feigning ignorance, pretending you don't know what to do, so you don't have to do it. Oh, Jay, how do I build muscle? I don't know, but bro, wherever you live, there's a gym local. Go to the gym, There's a little thing called a dumbbell. It comes in different sizes as well. So yeah, it's not like a massive boulder that you have to pick up. It comes in different sizes. You see that dumbbell, pick it up and put it down. Pick the dumbbell up and put it down. Oh yeah, you know, I just want to get my chest in shape. You know what a push-up is? Do 30, do 40, do 50. Oh, I just want to build up my stamina. There's a park around the corner. There, your yard. Run around that park 6 times. There's your stamina workout right there. But yeah, stop pretending you don't know what to do so you don't have to do it. Do you believe women shouldn't answer the front door still? Yeah. Yeah. Because if it's the wrong person and they're on smoke, what's she gonna do? What is she gonna do? Now, unless she knows, like, you know, let's say they got a Ring doorbell, they got CCTV, and he knows, oh, you know, it's the auntie or whoever, someone you're expecting, that's different. But when it's a random knock at the door, no, women should answer the door. No. See, you man don't watch them home invasion videos where man just, yeah, people pretended to be tradespeople and burst through the yard. You man, I watched them videos. Man, watch them videos. This is real life. There was even some guy, I think he was like Bulgarian or something, Romanian. My man pretended to be a delivery driver. Rang the doorbell, knocked the door, whatever, and that. The woman answered the door. Boom, just burst in. Smacked them up, left them on the floor. I think he robbed a laptop or something like that. That happened in England. That can happen to you. Don't think you are invincible. Yeah, this is real life. I told Nadia, do not answer your front door. Don't be lazy. Go upstairs and look out the window. Because if it's the wrong person, what are you going to do? You're trapped in a house with a lunatic. What are you going to do? Yeah, someone put in the comment section, stay paranoid. Yeah, stay paranoid, stay alive. You need, listen, do you know what it is? Yeah, men and women, I mean, I don't know, certain men just live in la la land, but real men and women, we live in 2 different worlds. We understand danger. Yeah, when I go into a new environment, yeah, like even like a restaurant, I'll just look around. I know it's not going to be dangerous, but I'll look around and scan the room and see who the people are that are most likely to get on my nerves. Who is more likely to piss me off so I have to get up and do something. I look out for things like that. If I'm with my girl, I'm not going to sit next to a table with 6 guys making up noise because it's going to piss me off. Well, you know what, whether it's I'm with my girl or not, but especially when you're with your girl, you want to have like a quiet meal and that. You don't want to sit next to 6 guys because I'm going to say something. And if they say the wrong thing, then it's going to be 6 on 1. That I'm not backing down. So when I go into a new environment, I scan the room for nonsense. Yeah, that's just the way I am. Yeah, as a man, you have to live life with a sense of paranoia. But I mean, certain people didn't grow up on the ends, yeah, where it's somewhat a little bit dangerous. So they don't understand, yeah, that the world is actually a dangerous place. They just don't understand. They don't understand that concept. Maybe because they never been to prison as well. Right. So someone said, right, funny you say that. My neighbor's mom got rushed because her son owed peace to some gang. What? Yeah? Man will target your mom, blood. I think this is a joke, fam. Man will target your mom. Who? Press 1 in the chat, yeah? If you've seen that video where I think a chick got cheated on by her boyfriend. So this is in America. This light-skinned black girl has gone to maybe the ex-boyfriend's mum's house, grabbed the mum and said, this is your mum, right? Bam! This is your mum, right? bam. The woman is saying, excuse me, bam. She's I should have laughed. Yo, I beg someone put in the chat if you've seen that video with a young girl. The girl is like 15 or 16, rowdy, yeah? Goes to I think it was a boy, or it might have been a chick's mum, but gone to someone's mum's yard, had someone film it. The mum answered the door, grabbed the mum. This is your mum, yeah? Bam! This is your mum, yeah? Bam! The mum is getting the dust knocked out of her. And the mum saying, excuse me, excuse me. Do you know what happened to the chick? She got packed, yeah? First class trip to the pearly gates, yeah? That is her. She actually got packed. Yeah, you're damn right. Yeah. See, even someone put it in the chat there. She got packed. Yeah. Yeah. Even this Jafar person, yeah. She ain't here no more. Yeah, she's on holiday. Permanent holiday. You don't do that, boy. Going to people's mom's yard, big violation. Big violation. Oh, come on. Someone said, how many men you broke up? 2 by yourself or 3 or 4? Actually, to be fair, because I was just thinking like, how am I gonna broke up 2, 3 people out on my own? It's been done before. Yeah, it's actually been done before. It's been done before. Yeah. Ran up on them, brought them up. Brought them up. But I know other man. Yeah. I got a cousin from Hackney. He's like 2 years older than me. But like from where he's from, his estate, he's like respected. I can't say his name because of what I'm gonna say, yeah. But yeah, because obviously he's basically like my generation now. My generation, he is like rated highly. If I say his name, like people will know, yeah, they know my man. Yeah. I heard that there was like, I don't know, something happened, and yeah, he put in some work on 3 youths. Imagine, he must have bored up 3 youths. He stabbed up 3 men in one go, mad. I don't know what man was. Yeah, I can't even say his name, but yeah, I stabbed up 3 men, one go, nuts. I said, I remember I got rushed and woke up in a hostel saved by a homeless guy. Someone said, biker, nah. Were you repping green bandana back in the day? Yeah. Do you listen to Young Spray's podcast? I mean, I don't watch the whole thing, but yeah, like every now and then little clips will pop up on my feed and that. So yeah, I'll listen. It's a Curvan. Big up Curvan. Plumbing or electrician route as a career and future business. I mean, you can do that. Like, obviously, look, do the plumbing and electrical thing and that, but like, just be thinking about expanding, yeah. Because you should aim to be able to drive a nice Ferrari and live in a big mansion. As an electrician, just with one van, you ain't achieving that. You ain't achieving no Ferrari or Lamborghini or mansion with a pool at the back and a pool at the front and 7 spare rooms doing a 9 to 5. You're not. So you need to be thinking about expansion. And thinking about expansion means multiple sources of income. Have you got points? What, like points on my license? Nah, not at the moment anyway. Trying to keep it that way. What's your thoughts on going on holiday in your 20s? Yeah, look, go on a little cheap holiday and that. Yeah, like for me, the reason why I don't go on holiday because I just don't care. I just don't care. But I'm not saying that, yo, you shouldn't go on no holidays. But what I'm saying is you need to keep it all in moderation. Trust me, your holidays are not going to save you in the future. I was saying this in a video the other day. I was saying that, like, you know, there's people talking about, oh man, just enjoy your life and that. Yo, I've done reaction videos to people talking about the cost of living is almost sending them on a first class ticket to heaven. Yeah, they're struggling, they're starving. The kids are only eating one meal a day. The parents are skipping meals. A grown ass man, 65 years old, born and bred in this country, the land of opportunity, walked into his back garden, looked up to the sky and shouted, "Help!" That's what a grown ass man did. All of those people, at some point in their life, they had a fantastic holiday. I've seen grown ass men cry when I'm doing these reaction videos. I didn't give a fuck. But these grown ass men crying, none of them, and I've done tons of reaction videos, maybe 50 on cost of living. You have families living in a travel lodge hotel. They've been there for 6 months. You've got single mums in a temporary accommodation, 140 studio flats, drug dealers, man on drugs, maniacs, man that just come out of prison, yeah, man that done DV together, all these crazy people all in the building and that. With that, yeah, I'm saying that, like, yo, you got these people who are struggling and that. None of them have ever said in any of these videos, I'm struggling, you know, I don't like my living situation, I'm poor, I have to use the food bank. None of them have ever spoken about that amazing holiday that they went on 2-3 years ago. So your good times today ain't saving you when you're broke. They ain't. They ain't saving you. I've never heard anyone talk about their good times when times are rough. You lot in the chat listening right now, there's been times, yeah, when you've had no money, things are bad, and you got no money, but you owe companies money, and you're panicking, can't sleep at night, whatever. Did you think about that amazing holiday that you had in the Maldives? Did you think about that holiday? Yeah, man, Jamaica 2017, yo! You didn't. You didn't think about it. Yeah? You did not think about it. You didn't think about that time. Yeah, man, I remember when I was popping bottles in that club that time. Yeah, you don't. Right, so this Tony Marvin person said, JY, you changed my mindset still. I realized that most family are just full of gossip. None of them want to see me grow or offer solutions. Yeah. They don't want to see you grow. Where you are today is where you must be in 10 years' time. Like I said many times before, you may go to a barbecue and, you know, the last time you saw a family member was when you was 12 years old. And fast forward 7, 10, 15 years later, oh my God, you've grown so much. I expected you to still be down here. Where you was 7, 10 years ago, that's where you must be today. That they can't compute, they can't see and understand how you can grow. Do you know why? Because they're not growing themselves. They're in the same position that you left them in 10, 15 years ago. So they just expect you to be in the same position that they left you in 10, 15 years ago. I know, man, right now, in the last solid decade, they've achieved nothing. And that's why I don't talk to them no more. They don't have to have 6.5 properties or 7 properties or 5 properties. But yo, I need to know that the man around me are progressive. Why am I going to want to be around people that are not moving forward? You don't have to move at the same speed as me. You can even move faster, but you need to be moving forward. Because I feel like if you're not moving forward and I am, man, listen, man, red eye, yeah? In the Jamaican community, they red eye, yeah? Man get jealous. I don't want no negative, jealous energy around me. Bro, how many friends or people you know from your school in year 11 that are high achievers? Obviously, one that obviously I still keep in touch with. And then I heard like there's a couple, like there's one chick, she graduated at Cambridge, then one next year, he became a dentist. And there's a few others that I know they're probably doing well. I just can't confirm, but yeah, I put money on it. Other man, no way. Them youths there that was smoking things they shouldn't have been smoking behind the music block. I wonder where they are now. Them youths there that was bunking off school and that, I wonder where they are now. Obviously, you're gonna have one random outlier, obviously. But for the most part, they're not gonna be on nothing. Bro, did Tion Wen go to your school? Nah, he didn't go to my school. No. We went to 2 different schools, but none of them were my school. Curry goat or oxtail, man. Curry goat, man. Come on, curry goat. Even Nadia knows how to make a nice curry goat, you know. ES said, yo, what on J was here, man? Come on. Man's out here, 10:30, still working. Man said, Jay was working on site in this heat almost any of my life. No way. No way. You're exaggerating, man. Bring some goat from London next time. I'll cook it for you. Yeah. Jay Rise, what secondary school did you go to? I went to a school called Winchmore School. That was the school that everyone wanted to go to in the borough. We used to wear blue shirts. We were very distinctive. The only school in the borough that used to wear blue shirts, Winchmore. There was another school up the road called St. Thomas More, but it was in a different borough, Haringey. They wore blue shirts. And also, you know what? Yeah, Gladesmore. That was in the borough of Haringey in Tottenham near Stamford Hill. They wore blue shirts. It's weird. Winchmore, St. Thomas More, and Gladesmore all wore blue shirts. So the common denominator is the N part, the more part. What the hell has that got to do with wearing blue shirts? I don't know. But that, to me, that sounds like it's a common denominator, isn't it? Yeah, we used to wear blue shirts. I even had it before. These 2 girls came from St. Thomas More. I was walking around in my school. All they had to do was take off their tie, and that's it. They could look like us because they even had like blue sweatshirts and that. Or they just take off their tie and take off their shirt. Sorry, take off their tie and take off their sweatshirt, and they could look like one of our students from our school. What car are you driving now? The Honda Gone? Yeah, I got a Vauxhall Astra. I still need to do a car review on the Vauxhall Astra. I said this guy downgraded, you know. Man, always be chatting some nonsense. Do you know what? Yeah, someone put in the comment section, I chased this guy down Brixton. Like, I chased this guy in Brixton and he left his daughter. Like, I don't even have a fucking daughter. What are you talking about? I've heard people say some nonsense. Tell them what happened to you when you was in prison. Tell them what they done to you. Man, I don't even respond to these people. Yo, people be talking some madness in the comment section. Yo, just ignore them. I think, but I got chased in Brixton. I think I've been to Brixton twice in my life. Yeah. I saw Jay Wise running down the road and he had a bra on. Let this fucking man be making up stuff, boy. I said Felton was cracking. Yeah. Everyone, like basically, like Felton was like the checkpoint. Everyone want to go Felton just to prove themselves. Felton like a London only prison, so you can only go there if you're a Londoner. Like they ain't got no youths from no funny areas with funny accents. Literally, it's just full of Londoners and full of gang members. Like 90% of the youths that are in Feltham and ISIS are gang members. Literally. Whereas in Big Man jail, obviously, you will have random guys like, get me, just on fraud charges, or just whatever and that in jail and that. Like, but ain't got nothing to do with any gang thing and that. But like them little young offenders, prisons and that, HMP, Feltham, ISIS. It was what's that one that everyone wanted to go to? Little Hay. I think there's a prison called Little Hay. It's like a holiday camp. Yeah, was it that Cockenwood? Yeah, it's full of youths in gangs and that. Wasn't Junction Boys running the wing? Where was it? What prison are you talking about? But the thing is, yeah, like you could say, weren't Clapham Junction Boys running the wing? Like, you know, things go from different phases and that. Like when I was in Feltham, you had the Peckham youths, like all Jungle and Nutty and them lot, and Tiny Boost and that. They were on the other wing, like Partridge and Swallow and that. Yeah, they were running the wing, but that was at that time. Now, if you go to Partridge and Swallow, you're gonna have a different set of youths that might be running the wing, if any set of youths are running the wing. Yeah. So it just depends on the time, innit? I don't know. Depends on the time. I don't know when, you know. It's like a cycle, yeah. And I said, nah, the original farm boys are running wing. But they've never ran no wing. I don't think farm youths have ever ran any wing in prison. No way. Do you ever fear going back one day? I mean, it's more like, I don't want to go prison because I don't want to lose my stuff. You know what I mean? But it ain't got nothing to do with like, I fear. Like, I mean, obviously the conditions are not to my liking and that. Like, yeah, you know, they ain't got Nadia's food in there, so why do black kids join gangs? Listen, certain man just want to be bad to build a name for themselves, and a lot of people in this world, they all listen. A lot of people suffer from an identity crisis. Everyone wants to be labeled with something. Everyone wants to be a part of something. And what better to be a part of? Being a GM. Yeah? You get status, get protection. You know what I mean? Obviously, you can become a target in that, but you can make a name for yourself. These youths are not joining gangs because, you know, they're fearful that, you know, if they don't get down, then they have to lay down. It's not that. Man want to join a gang to make a name for themselves. It's got nothing to do with money. Most of these youths, yeah, in gang, they're all broke. Most of them. When I was on road, all me and my man then we were all broke. We did not care about making money. It was about going to the other side. That was it. That was it. No one was making no money, nothing. No one gave a damn. It was just about riding out. That's it. Every Friday or every Saturday, we was going somewhere. You said never understood why they don't value their freedom. It's not that. It's just you think you're not going to get caught. You think you're invincible. One thing I don't like though, yeah. So I saw a podcast with a guy the other day, and I've been seeing him on my TikTok. Now, he's a Tottenham man, and I remember his face back in the day. He weren't on shit, yeah? He even said on this podcast, I'm from such and such area. It's a very well-known estate in Tottenham, but I wasn't involved in the beef. And it's just funny to me because I remember seeing this person's face because this person was actually friends with my cousin. I remember seeing this person's face, and they used to walk around the ends cool. And well, they used to walk around Tottenham, yeah, and they were cool. You knew they weren't in a gang. There was a word we used to label certain man, yeah, who weren't involved. You're a sweet boy. That's what he was. He was a sweet boy. So when he was 18, when he was 16, 17, 18, 19 and that, he was a sweet boy. But then what? Fast forward 11, 12 years later on TikTok, you're moving like you're a bad boy. And I'm like, raw. That kind of annoys me, you know. You got man that come out of that phase where they could have been involved. Now they're pretending to be bad. You're the ultimate chief. You're a chief. Let me tell you something right now. Any guys here that you see on TikTok and that acting like they're bad, please believe, yeah, if they weren't doing badness when they were 16, 17, 18, they're a fake guy. So hold on a minute. When you could have been on badness and you could have been a GM and you could have been involved, you weren't involved. But then fast forward 11, 12 years later, where there's social media, now you're trying to act like you're a bad boy. You're a chief, blood. You're a chief. You will get man, yeah, from London, move up to some area like Northampton and act like they're a bad boy. But they ain't got no stories to tell you when they was on road. Well, they ain't got no stories to tell you when they were younger and that. You man, I've got so much stories. You just know man was about. Okay? I've got too much stories. You got man that look like this wool hair. Yeah? They'll go to the gym and get bare face tattoos and neck tattoos and think they're a bad man. Real bad man. If you line up 100 men that go to prison for M's and yeah, bare this, I guarantee you, yeah, most of them won't have no neck and face tattoos and that. It's only the man that are trying to act bad, trying to look bad, that have got all that nonsense. You think Steeler and Natty have got face and neck tattoos? Come on, man. The only bad man in the music scene is Terminator. Now, Tion Wayne's on it. Nah. I vouch for Tion Wayne. He's on it. He ain't got no neck and face tattoos and that nonsense. What I'm saying, you're saying, oh, bro, I've got tattoos because I like them and that. But what I'm saying is, a certain man, they're getting all neck and face tattoos and that because they're trying to portray to be some hard man and that. Some idiot thing, bro. Obviously, there are some bad boys that have got tattoos and that. Few and far in between, man. There's certain man, you get me, they go to the gym, push a couple of weights, and now they think they're a bad man. But it's funny, you get man that push couple weights, do couple PRs, couple PBs, yeah, personal record, personal best, and now they think they're a bad man because they're pushing 120 kg. But then when you line up the first 100 man that touch gel for M's and some mad splashings, none of them are big, hench and ripped up. There's certain man, they go to the gym and they think they're a bad man because they push weights. Unbelievable. You think you're a bad man because you push weights. You think Mark Lambie was pushing weights? I say, where's JY's really from? I'm from Edmonton, blood. So he said, makes a civilian life great again. Yeah. That's what DD Gray says. Yeah, big up DD Gray, man. Come on. Where's your woman tonight? I think she chipped. She probably just fell asleep. Property tycoon. Yeah. Terminator's got it's got a few properties. I didn't know that he had 20. Jesus Christ, that's mad. Right, would you rather be doing testing 7 days a week or full rewires 4 days a week? I mean, obviously, there's going to be more money in doing rewires and that, innit? But I mean, whatever's generating me the most money. Yeah, I know rewires ain't easy. Yeah. And obviously, it's dirty work. Obviously, let's say, I was earning $3,000 a week from doing testing, working 7 days, or $6,000 a week from doing rewires, but working 4 days. I'll do the rewires. But if I'm doing 7 days a week, earning $3,000 from testing, and I'm doing, 4 days a week, earning, $4,000 from rewires and that. I'll probably pick testing. Oh yeah, the title of this live stream, is called "Never Try Too Hard." No, never be a try hard. So basically, I must have went to Nadia's house and met one of her friends, and this girl is a fucking try hard. I mean, I never met this girl before. This is the first time that I met her, innit? And I'm just thinking, like, this is why, you see them dating coaches and that, like AMS and whoever and that, they tell you, especially AMS, because I've heard him say that, like, never be a tryhard. They say to you, do not go out on a date with a girl and start bragging. So if, for example, let's say like me, a man would say to me, don't go on a date. I got 6 properties. Yeah. Don't do that stupidness. Yeah. If you do let a girl know you got 6 properties, just be subtle with it. Yeah. Like AMS is told funny stories and that. Like when he first got his this is back in the day when he first got his S-Class. He used to put up outside the restaurant and that, revving up the engine, playing loud music. Yeah. Or, there's been times where he said he was at the restaurant with the chick. So he said to the chick, meet me at this restaurant. We'll go out for a meal. He will meet the girl there. Obviously, he will meet her inside. And then he'll be like, so you're going home now? She'll be like, yeah. But I'll drop you. And she'll be like, no, it's all right. I'll take the cab. No, don't worry. I'll drop you. And then she'll be like, all right, then cool. And then he will come around with the S-Class and that, be revving up the engine, playing loud music. And then he just sees how turned off she is and that. Because she knows why the hell you wanted to drop her home. It's not because you're a kind gentleman. It's because you want to show off your car. So anyway, that's being a tryhard. Now, Nadia's friend, this chick, yeah, I'm sitting in Nadia's garden talking to her friend. And I'm thinking, like, yo, what the hell's wrong with this chick? She's like, oh, I'm an alpha female. I'm an alpha female. I'm successful. I earn this amount of money and that. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, yo, like, you would think here that, like, I was saying anything to prompt this from her. I wasn't saying nothing. I didn't even tell her that I have 6 properties. Now, obviously, Nadia might have told her that. I just said, yeah, I've got a few properties. That's it. And she's like, oh, I'm an alpha female. I'm successful. I earn this much. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, yo, if a guy was doing that, that would be like if me as a guy, yeah, is chatting to a girl and she's doing that, and I'm thinking, yo, you're trying too hard. I know how the girls feel because I've heard girls say, I went out on a date with this guy and all he spoke about was money. That's it. The only thing this guy was speaking about is money this, money that, money this, money that. And I'm thinking like, yo, you can't be doing that. All this girl was talking about is that, oh, yeah, my dad's an alpha male, and yeah, you're an alpha male as well. And I'm just thinking like, just be quiet, man. Who gives a shit like that? Just relax yourself, man. Someone's just trying to try hard, like they, you know, like someone who feels inadequate, they have to tell people that they meet all of this stuff. Like, yo, just relax yourself and that. Obviously, I talk about properties and that on the internet because how else am I going to inspire the youth? Do you think I would inspire the youth if I was still living at my mum's house, making videos from my car, talking about, yeah, man, get on your grind, man, make money and that. Yo, I'm making videos from my car because I don't even have my fixed abode. I made a video the other day and I was saying like, yo, stop listening to these stupid people who are talking about, oh, don't invest in property, yeah, be an entrepreneur and that. Yo, they're talking about don't buy a property because it's a waste of money, go and rent. But they're making videos in their car. Why are they making videos in their car? Because they still live at their mom's house and their mom don't want to hear them chatting shit. Or they're in a room share, in a flat share, and they don't want their neighbors to hear them talking rubbish. That's why they're sitting in their car. You ain't gonna find no content creator that has his own 3-bed house and all of his videos, if not 60-70% of his videos, are in his car. No way. No way. He's gonna make videos in his house. He's got enough rooms. So Lewis said, yeah, Joe. So look, big up Lewis. He said, jokes if Nadia's friend sees this, JYs don't care about all of that. Let me tell you something right now. I swear on my mother's life, yeah, this is what I believe. Yeah, I'm not just saying this because you've made this comment. I swear on my mother's life, yeah. So basically, obviously, on Nadia's Instagram and that, like, obviously, she would tag me in her videos and pictures. So, you know, she's got pictures of us that she's pinned to her profile. She will tag me in it. Now, obviously, Nadia will always like kind of like brag about me to her friends and that, yeah, colleagues and that, whatever. Yeah? So obviously, people in general are, you know, nosy. There's no way that Nadia is going to be talking about her man and yeah, you know, he's doing well for himself and that, and people are going to have access to my profile and not have a look. Yeah. So I believe her friend has seen my content. Yeah. Like other people, all of her friends and that, they've seen my content. Yeah. They know my name. They know what the fuck I look like. They know what I see. When I met this friend, yeah, for the first time and the only time, me and her sitting out in the back garden. Yeah. And she could be watching this right now. Fuck you. Yeah. Me and her sitting out in the back garden. Yeah. This girl was literally saying the things I say in my video word for word. I swear to God. I swear on mother's life. This chick was sitting in my girl's back garden saying, yeah, I don't care how I feel. I get up and I go to the gym every single day. I'm like, what? Yo, it's literally like what I say. She's saying the same thing that I say word for word. She was like, talking about people in council houses and that, like, obviously, she knows I've got property, but why do you feel that comfortable around me to talk about people in a derogatory term who live in council houses? You must be confident to say that in front of me because you know that's how I think. The chick, she watches my videos. She watches my videos. Probably seeing this right now. Yeah, I don't give a shit. I don't owe people nothing. I owe nothing, fam. Me, I'm a man. I'll piss people off. I don't give a fuck, blood. I don't give a damn. Watching my videos. You watching my videos? Well, I don't even know. But yeah, man, she's literally saying things word for word. Word for word. I don't. When was the last time you heard a female say, I don't care how I feel. I get up and do the things I'm supposed to do every day. I get up and go to the gym every single day, regardless of how I feel. If you was on a bus or you was waiting at the train station on the platform and you was sitting next to a guy right next to you and he was on the phone chatting to one of his friends or whatever, and he said, I don't care how I feel, I get up and go to the gym regardless of how I feel every single day. Something in your brain will click and be like, oh, that's what JY says. I wonder if he watches his videos. She watching my videos, man. Yeah. Well, I'm somebody, I just don't give a fuck, fam. Don't give a damn. And the thing is, yeah, what is she gonna do? She gonna complain to Nadia. I saw this video of JY's talking about me. Why you watching your friend's man's videos for? You don't know me. What you watching my videos for? You watching my videos for? So I can take the piss because you shouldn't even be watching my videos. You think I watch any of Nadia's friends' fucking videos? I don't know. I don't even know if they do. I don't know if they do. I'm not interested in what any of her friends have got to say. She might be mocking me. Nah. She was trying to impress me. Yeah, she wasn't mocking me. She wasn't mocking me. She was trying too hard. Trying way too hard. Anyway, I'll be coming off in 10 minutes. When should you buy a luxury car? You should buy a luxury car when you've got investments that are bringing you back a decent return. When you gonna go on holiday? Don't know, boy. Don't know, fam. When was the last time you've been on holiday? In 2016. And the only reason why I went on that holiday is because someone booked it for me. If not, it would have been in 2012, would have been the last time. So I wouldn't have went on holiday for 13 years if it wasn't for a friend that booked it in 2016. I just don't give a shit. JYs, what you bench? I mean, I could probably do 25 on each side. So what could I do? I could probably do 30 on each side because I don't do bench press. So 30 on each side. Yeah, I could bench 80, but not 100. I can't do 100 yet. Nah. Man said, let's go to the bar. I want you to brock up some people. Yo, you think I want to end up in one of them mad prisons there? You mad? I was doing a reaction video today where this guy, he was falsely imprisoned in India for 5 years. Yo, the conditions he was talking about was nuts. There's another video. Yeah, I need to do a reaction video to it. The title of the video is nuts. Yeah. This Australian man, and you can go and watch this video for yourself if you want. It's like 2 hours long. I ain't done a reaction video to it yet. But the title of the video is I was gang raped. So yeah, I revealed it now. So this Australian man was in a Philippines prison. I was gang raped 4 times. Yo, the man's put his face on camera saying that. So yeah, that is nuts. 4 times. Yeah, man said long. I said, yeah, I watched that recently. Yeah, I'm gonna do a reaction video to that, boy. Long, blood. You best behave. So this is what I'm not going out to none of these crazy countries and that. I will go to countries like Sweden, Denmark, Norway, Iceland. I'll go to their places there because I know if I get into a madness and end up in prison, yo, this is better than some hotels and shit. Yeah, I'm not. You think I'm going to Madagascar and getting in trouble? You think I'm going to what prison? Oh, what's that one of them bad places where they got them crazy prisons and that, like Uganda or Namibia or Zambia and that? You think I'm going to one of them prisons there? You think, yeah, I'm going to Mexico or El Salvador or Brazil? 15-man cell, 1-5, 15 man, but they got 60 man in there. Yeah, overpopulated ×4. What about Egypt? Yeah, I've got a property in Egypt, but boy, I need some room for error, man. I need to know if I go on holiday and I smack something like, yo, they ain't gonna try and throw me in these crazy prisons, man. So I ain't even touching Dubai because I've made videos speaking about Dubai. I ain't having them people there stop me at customs. You seen the video that you've made? Nah, fuck that bullshit. Nah, there you go. Dubai is not touching me. Sorry, I'm not touching Dubai, blood. No way. No way. How you buying a house abroad you ain't been? No, I'm a madman like that still. I said go Morocco. You're gonna live in England forever? Of course. I ain't going nowhere. Yeah, England's my home. Would you visit your woman's home country? Yeah, I'll go Poland. Yeah. I mean, I wonder what the prisons. I mean, who knows? I mean, I would expect the prisons to still be bad in Poland. You know what I mean? Just because Poland is on the come up and that, like in their major cities, Warsaw or, what's the other one? Yeah, just because their major cities are on the come up, that don't mean their prisons are on the come up. Yeah. Imagine being in a Russian prison. Did you see how they treated that guy called Speed? What Speed? What guy Speed? What the black youth? What did they do to him? Calling is mad racist. I don't know. But they got a lot of there's black people over there, Obviously that doesn't mean that it's not racist though. You go Turkey for a hair transplant? Nah, I'm not getting no damn Turkey, man. I'll just go bald. Basically, my hair's thinning on top here, as you can see. So when I get a haircut, the sides get shaved down and then it just levels it out. But obviously now, man's got the grandpa hair. You need some Jamaica cast off. Do you know what's funny? Yeah. So basically, I went to a tenant's house and she told me that she had like breast cancer. Yeah. So she went for like leukemia and all her hair fell out. Now she's got a full head of hair now. Her hair's not long, it's just short. But you know, like when women are in their 60s and that, they usually have short hair regardless. But she said, yeah, I was taking the magnesium and all my hair just poof started growing. So I thought about it for like a good 10 seconds and I thought to myself, so why don't they just prescribe people who are got thinning hair magnesium or whatever it is? Weird. Yo, I don't want to start taking no drugs, bro, just in case there's some crazy side effects in that. I remember, yeah, like I used to use, you know, like that the hairspray to help your hair grow back and that. I remember, yeah, you could take the pills. For some reason, yeah, I think it's called minoxidil pills or something. For some reason, I don't know why, yeah, but I decided to look at the back of this, like the pills, yeah. And I researched it and it said, yeah, it can lead to infertility. I was like, hell fucking no. Hell no, I ain't got no fucking kids. You think, yeah, I'm going to take pills and potentially be sterile? You must be out of your crazy mind. If I had 10 kids, then yeah, I ain't got none. I need to pass on my fucking properties to someone, yeah? Some motherfucker needs to get lucky, yeah? Imagine putting all this work in to not be able to pass on my fortune to the next generation. Now, I am not allowing my genes to die out. No way. Right. So this person looks like some Russian writing. They might be like Bulgarian or something. But anyway, well, like it was definitely like the Greek alphabet. But anyway, boss, how can I get property when the average flat is like 400K in London? You got to move out. If you can't afford your natural habitat or wherever you're living now, you got to move out. What are you going to do? Sit down and continue to allow the property prices to keep going up and you're just getting further and further away from buying a property. You got to move out. Yeah, you got to buy somewhere else. Don't, obviously, this person here is obviously like, you know, foreign and that. So they ain't going to have no ties to London or have bare family in London more than likely. Yeah. But you lot who have got bare family in London and that, yo, you're gonna have to make the sacrifice and move out of London. Fund your family. They're not gonna give a shit about you. They will go to your funeral, think about you for the next couple of days, and then just move on with their life. You're gonna stay loyal to people like that. There was a video, yeah, or it was like, you know, like on TikTok where you get like the pictures and then you can just keep swiping left or right, but it has music playing in the background. And this one was the deepest one. You know, it has like them sad music and that fucking depressing sad music. And the caption was, when you die, who is gonna sit at your grave the longest? And I was thinking, like, yo, that is deep, you know. Ask yourself this question now. You lot watching this right now. If you passed away tomorrow, name 5 people, yeah, who would sit at your grave the longest. Because for me, I only saying 3 people. They will sit at my grave the longest. My mum, my little sister, and Nadia. That's it. Those 3 there, they will sit at my grave the longest. Definitely, they'll sit at my grave the longest. If I passed away tomorrow, they will be at my grave the longest. This guy, so this Z person said, I can only name one. Think about it, and yeah. And you know what? That being said, that means certain people in your life, you have to look after them the most. If you passed away tomorrow, who would sit at your grave the longest? Who will go to your? Because I'm telling you, if you pass away, yeah, that don't get it twisted. Don't try to tell me, oh, that means you need to retire your mum. But what I'm saying is, if you passed away tomorrow, your cousins, them, and your friends, they will be at your grave on your funeral day. They're not going to be there tomorrow. the day after, and the day after. Your mum will be at your grave tomorrow, the day after, and the day after. Yeah. Your friends and that, your cousins, these people you want to stay loyal to, they're not going to be, they've got work. They've got things that they consider to be more important than you. So why are you going to hold yourself back? Why are you going to restrict yourself to people who are only going to sit at your grave for 1 hour? These people will turn up to your funeral wearing their best clothes. Do you know why? Because this is an opportunity to meet new gal. Please believe there's man that go to funerals thinking, right, I hope there's going to be some beanies at this funeral. Yeah, you can go to like a wedding with that mentality, you know, because it's a romantic thing, isn't it? Wedding. But there's guys, yeah, taking out car rentals to a funeral, hoping to meet a nice thing. Mad. This is what your life has amounted to. Yeah, people going to your funeral, hoping to meet girl. I said, I've been there, big man thing. Going to a funeral is a motive, is a motive for someone. Yeah, it's a motive, yeah. I mean, that's someone that ain't got nothing going on in their life, boy, where a funeral is a motive. J-Wise, you can say what others are scared to admit. Oh, I'm the realest, man. I'm the realest guy. Listen, you lot are lucky I'm on TikTok. There's certain things that I would be saying, yeah? I remember like listening to other YouTubers. Oh, you know, you gotta be careful what you say on YouTube. Yeah, YouTube is like internet unfiltered. TikTok, you gotta be worried about what you say on TikTok. YouTube, you say what the hell you want. I think I've had one video, 2 videos out of 2,000 videos that I've got uploaded on YouTube taken down. And it's not even because, obviously, one of them I might have said something. One other one was just some kids smashing up a police car. Just took the video down. I know a guy who met his future wife at his own brother's funeral. I mean, look, if you go to a funeral and you meet a girl, innit? But what I'm saying is there's certain man go there looking for girl. Funny enough, yeah, I swear on my mother's life, yeah. I went to this tenant's house today, yeah. Flat, yeah. And this chick told me that basically the current man that she's with, hear what the fuck I'm saying. So she has an ex, yeah, some guy. She had a baby with this guy, yeah. The man that she is with right now is her ex baby dad's brother. You heard what the fuck I said. I'm standing up in her kitchen. I'm like, are you serious? She was like, yeah, I know it's bad. I'm like, yeah? Yo, the man she's with is her ex's man's brother. I said to her, hold on a minute. Because she's got a U. Because I said to her, because before I knew whose U was whose, I was like, so hold on a minute. Who did you have a child with? Did you have a child with the ex? She was like, yeah. So I'm like, hold on a minute. Your uncle is your stepdad. Your stepdad is your uncle. Yeah. Yo. Mad. Oh my God, this guy, yeah, said, I'm not gonna lie, I've dated all my brother's exes. You're chatting shit. What do you mean all? You're chatting rubbish, man. Dating your brother's exes. You ain't got no respect. I know one act who married his mum's sister's daughter. So they married his cousin then. Yeah, your mum's sister. Hold on, my mum's sister daughter. Yeah, that would be my first cousin. Because obviously my mum's got like siblings in that. Yeah, and their siblings, their kids are my first cousin. Mad. How desperate can you be that you go after your brother's ex-gal? Like I literally said to her, yeah, like, yo, without getting into any details and that, please explain to me like what words were exchanged for you lot to actually start, you know, this thing. And she was like, well, I can't really remember it. Yeah. And naturally you wouldn't really, yeah. So I'm like, all right, without getting into detail, just explain like how it might have come about and that. And she was like, well, obviously, let's say the ex's name is John, yeah? So the ex, his name is John. She has a baby with John. Paul is the brother, yeah? So when the chick was trying to break up with John, the brother Paul came over and helped get his stuff out of the house, yeah? And then she said, yeah, you know, I think she said they didn't speak for like a month or so, and then they got in contact, and then you know she was saying that, yeah, you know, thanks a lot for helping me and that, and then he must have just asked me, oh, do you want to go out for a drink? And then it just went from there. I'm like, yo, that is mad. How are you dating your own brother's dad? Man, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, yo, you ain't safe around nobody. That means, so really and truly, yeah, you would be a madman to think that, when the chick was with the first guy, who's the baby dad, the brother wasn't secretly just plotting. How are you plotting on your brother's gal? Like I would expect, yeah. Do you know what? It wouldn't even be as bad if a man went and banged, let's say, like his girl's sister or something like that. Because man are dogs and that. But yo, how are no? That's the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. But yeah, nah, man. Nah, that's bad. How are you gonna date and get in a relationship and move? The thing is, the guy lives in the house. How are you gonna move into your brother's ex-girl's house and start dating your brother's ex-girl? That is nuts. That is nuts, boy. Elon Musk's dad had a kid with his stepdaughter. Nah, that's bullshit. You know that literally, yeah. For you to want to go after like your brother's girl, you're just in a scarcity mindset, boy. No guy who has a plethora of women, just bare women on the go, 5, 6 chicks beating down their phone. You're not going after your brother's ex. No way. It's having a lot of baby moms a flex in Jamaica, probably. Talk about properties, man. Then what can I start with 10K? I mean, you can buy a property in like around like Northampton with 10K because you can find a property that's worth 200 and put down a 5% deposit, which is 10K. First time buyer, no stamp duty. Come to the conclusion a lot of people are unreal. Right, coming off in 1 minute. You're tired. Been on this live stream for 2 hours and 35 minutes. Is rent to buy a good way? What the hell is rent to buy? Have you bought your properties through a limited company? Only one of them's in a limited company. Man said, please stay, bro. Oh, so you want me to stay on until you fall asleep? Now, it don't work that way. Yeah. This guy wants me to stay on until he falls asleep. Respect me, blood. You want me to, yeah, you want to read you a bedtime story as well? You want me to sing you a lullaby? Shit. Nah, I'm not making it up. Could you have 4 wives? Nah, man, that's too much. I could afford to have 2 women, though, definitely. And say a hood story before you go. Nah, not today, next time, man. I said, bro, it's a tradition now. All right, you know, I'll give you a quick little story. I had one youth bump me for a little 10 bag. So one youth, he actually went to my school. He must have set man up. Yeah. He told me, oh, I got a little shop for you. Yeah. So anyway, I met these 2 youths. They're not wood green youths like that, but they're from wood green. Yeah. Anyway, link them in the alleyway, like near the alleyway. It's like 11 p.m. at night, whatever. Innit? So gave the man the thing. The man, you know, open up. Yeah. Then the man's like, hold on a minute. No, because first we was like, oh, can we just walk down there? Because I think I saw some feds. That's what he said. Yeah. Let's walk down near the alleyway because I think I saw some feds. Boom. So we're in the alleyway, whatever, in it, yeah. My man's sniffing the things like, yeah. And he's like, hold on, what's that? Yeah. Made me turn around and then he dashed the thing in the bush. Lying. He did not throw nothing in the bush. He put it in his pocket. Yeah. So we're there looking in the bush. There's me looking in the bush. Dumb, naive. This time man's like fucking 16 years old. Yeah. Looking in the bush, can't see it in it. So anyway, I'm like, yo, you owe me money, man. Like, if I can't find you owe me money, it's like, oh, yo, I ain't even got the money on me. Whatever. Just chatting a whole load of shit. So anyway, I left it at that, yeah. But obviously I'm vexed, innit? So obviously the youth that lined up the thing now, I'm phoning them like, yo, where are they? And I remember, yeah, like, I think I'd seen them going to some yard on Bouncers Road one time. Yeah, these lot are not from Edmonton. But anyway, they went to some yard on Bouncers Road. So anyway, the boy that must have lined it up and that, yeah, I think he told me the address. So I went there. So I've gone in, it's like a hostel, isn't it? So the youth that pretended to dash the thing in the bush, he's come downstairs with a big something, like what, a little something in it. He's like, what are you saying, in it? Oh, so I'm saying, like, I ain't saying nothing. He's backed out something on man, in it, yeah? So basically, a man wanted to try to cut man over a flipping 10 back. Anyway, fast forward, I did catch him like 3 years later and I punched him in his face and chased him down the road. But yeah, I did get bumped for a little 10 bag one time. How you going out of your way to bump people for a 10 bag? This is what people do when they're addicted to substances. They're willing to get into beef with someone over a 10 bag. What are you saying? You applied interest a couple of years down. Listen, I'm sort of man, I'll get you 2 years later. I don't give a shit, bro. It's happened before. I had an older sell me grass for £200 when I was 15. I caught him 2 years later and beat him up in the alleyway. Don't give a shit. 2 years later, catch your blood clot. I said you should up your mentoring prices. Yeah, I'll catch you 2 years later. Certain man just think, oh, you know, it was 2 years ago, you know, time to move on. Nah. Oh, fucking. Anyway, right, coming off in 1 minute. Do you still check up on some guys from the ends? But I ain't checking on nobody. I ain't checking on nobody. Someone said, how much the mentoring price is? So £60 for 1 hour, you only need 1 hour. I said, nah, bro, do not watch his videos. Would you ever buy a kettle? No. But yeah, £60 for a mentoring session, £60 for 1 hour. You only need one mentoring session. Right, I'm done now. I'll see you lot next week, yeah? Can't believe it's Thursday already. Right, YouTube man, them. I'm out. Stay well, it's done.